Hi everyone, welcome to this strength and stability flow class. So I wanted to look a little bit in detail into some key terms, key sort of words and terminology that you hear sometimes in yoga classes and strength and functional training classes. And these are your active range of motion, sometimes also heard as mobility, and looking at your passive range of motion, and this could also be referred to as like an assisted range of motion, and then also your end range of motion. So these three terms can kind of sometimes be broken down with different language, but today we'll be looking at assisted range of motion, passive range of motion, and then your end range of motion. And the reason for doing this is because a lot of the times in yoga we do a lot of passive stretching. It feels really nice in the body, it feels relaxing, and this is ultimately a lot of the time while we enjoy doing yoga, we feel relaxed from it. But without sort of balancing it with more of an active range of motion, then we're not getting this general balance in the body. So if I was to break them down a little bit, when you're working through an active range of motion, as mentioned before, mobility, we're going to be moving a part of the body. So if you were to look at, say, the hip, the flexion of your hip and moving your hip, it's actually going to be the muscular groups, the ligaments, the tendons, everything within just that part of the muscular group that's doing the movement. So for instance, if I show you here my leg here, and I'm going to try and lift my leg, in order for it to be an active range of movement, I'm going to lift it with my hip flexors. That is solely working with my hip flexors. There's nothing else doing the job to lift that leg. So it's a lot of strength work. It's really quite hard to lift that leg up, and that would be an active range of movement. However, if we were to look at passive, which we do perhaps a lot more in some of our yoga practice, we might have the addition of a strap here. We might use the help of our hand. So passive, assisted, basically. You've got an external leverage or some sort of like external part that isn't just the hip flexor doing the job. So I could use the ground to help stretch against. I could use my hands or gravity against that to help stretch it. So that would be more of a passive stretch. The aid, the assistance of something not in that hip area. Active without any assistance at all. Okay, and then when we look at end of range, we're looking at coming to that fully stretched position. So say for instance we're here, one leg stretched out, I'm reaching to my full extent of my stretch, so really long in the muscle groups, but then we're engaging in that lengthened position. So for instance here, long lengthened position here, hamstrings nice and long, I'm going to push into the ground, so therefore I actually have an engagement in that long position. So we want long, strong muscles, and sometimes what tends to happen if our response to tightness in the body is often to stretch. And this may be fine for a lot of our bodies, but often we're actually weak in certain parts of the body as well in that area. So if you feel tightness in the lower back, perhaps there's some weakness there, not just something that's tight. Or any of the muscles supporting that, so like the glutes and things, maybe these are weak. So the beauty of doing this kind of practice, combining active and passive, means we get an all-round functional body movement, and therefore hopefully preventing more injuries. So let's get started in our practice. So we're going to start lying down so you can feel those different ways of being active and passive in your body. So if it doesn't kind of work just verbally, then coming into your body now to practice. So let's start by lying down onto your backs, bringing your feet down, maybe they're hip distance apart, maybe wider if that feels good. And then just bring your hands onto your belly. Let's just settle in to arrive first. So maybe you close your eyes, maybe you just allow your gaze to soften. And let your feet just press down into the ground so you feel that connection of feet to ground. You feel that connection of your whole back on the ground. And just a couple of rounds of breath. Deep inhale and exhale. Again, a deep inhale and exhale. Good. Just allow the breath to be flowing and constant, but nothing to force. And let's just slowly take our right knee into our chest. And then we're going to take that right leg up to the sky. So you could circle out your ankle a little bit, wiggle your toes, maybe notice some pops and clicks. And just notice where your leg is in space. So this is our first active stretch. You'll notice here that my leg that's lifted, I'm not applying any assistance with my hands. I haven't got a strap. I've got nothing there to assist in the stretch. You'll notice where the leg is in space, how far you've gone with that stretch. And reaching the heel up to the sky. And don't worry if your leg's over here, that's fine. Let's try and see if we can straighten out the legs as much as we can. But it doesn't have to be upright like here. It could be further away, and that's fine. I want you to feel the muscles having to work to keep that leg lifted. And then can you try and keep your pelvis stable? Notice if you're tilting to one side. Notice the backs of the ribs. Notice your breath. This has a slight element of challenge to it, just keeping the leg lifted as you're using the muscles here to support, to actively lift that leg. So this is our active stretch. Let's now come to our passive stretch, where we could use the help of our hands behind the thigh, maybe the calf, maybe some of you might even take your index finger, middle finger to the big toe. You might even have a strap to hand and you use a strap. So this becomes more of our passive stretch. Using the assistance of my hand, maybe your strap, to help in your stretch. And you'll notice there's more range of movement now. And ideally, we want to kind of, like I said before, have a good balance of both. If you're really flexible, you've got this really big movement in a passive stretch, but there's not much movement in a active stretch, then we haven't got the control. And this is what's important. You could be as flexible as you want, but without the control, this could lead to injury. So we want to have control in our flexibility. Good. So take 2 nice deep breaths in and out. Again, a deep breath in and out. And we're going to slowly open that right leg out to the side. I've got something in my way, but you could let the left knee open in opposition. So we're just sort of balancing out the hips there. Now, if we want to try our active stretch again, let's let go of the foot, the hand, the leg, wherever you're at, and just actively press away through your heel. And now it's a little bit more challenging. You got to work a little bit harder to keep that leg there. Good. Let's slowly return to center. Release the foot down and to the other side. So back into our first active stretch, now on the left side. So again, trying to keep that leg straight. Don't worry if it's further away, that's fine. But starting to feel these muscle groups, lifting the leg up so the hip flexes here to keep that leg extended up. Maybe a little circle of the ankle, a little circle, point of the toes, pops and clicks. And feeling that active range of movement now. Muscles strong, working to keep the leg stable and lifted. A deep breath in and out. Let's come to our passive stretch, bringing the assistance of the hand, maybe a strap, whatever it is, wherever you're at, maybe index finger, middle finger to the big toe. And maybe you can already see I've got more range of movement now as I've brought in my hands to help. So let's take a couple of breaths here. Breathing in, breathing out. Good. And then we're going to slowly open the leg out to the left. The right knee opening in opposition. Notice how far you go. Good. Try not to completely collapse over to the side so that you've lost that sort of balance out of your hips. And then let's try again our active stretch. Release the hand away. Balance out the hips. And then just again notice muscles working strong to keep that leg lifted. Doesn't always feel as nice, but it's important that we have this balance. Good, and then slowly return to center. Hug both knees to your chest. Give yourself a little rock on your back from side to side there. Good. And then super slow, rolling over to one side as we make our way to all fours. So just take your hands underneath your shoulders, knees under the hips. Give your hips a little wiggle out from side to side. Find some movement into your lower back, movement through the spine. Just notice how that feels to roll, unravel, just circle and spiral. So that feels nice to just wake up the spine. Good. Taking the fingertips nice and spread, nice and wide, and then just reaching the toes back. Let's take a rounded cat-cow as we inhale to lift the head, the chest, the tailbone. And then exhale to slowly let the tailbone move first, round through the lower back, mid back, upper back. Good. Again, inhale. And exhale. Good. From here, let's come to a neutral spine, and we're going to extend the right leg back behind. Nice and long through the toes, keeping the hips stable if you can, drawing in at the ribs. And then I want you to start to really fire up that right glute. So the right glute is engaged. We're going to warm up through the outer hips a little bit through this practice. And I want you to start to slowly open out that right leg to the side. Notice if you tilt over, notice if you bend your elbows. Can you straighten out the arms? Can you extend the right toes nice and long? Breathe in. Breathe out to center. Let's do that again. Breathe in, open to the right. Nice and strong through the glutes. Breathe out to center. This time we're going to add on. So we're going to take the right leg out. And then can you take the left arm out to the side in opposition? So kind of at the diagonal. Almost draw that left shoulder back a little bit. Good. Take a breath in. And then a breath out. Bring it back to center. Hug the right knee into the chest. Roll the chest. Breathe in. And then breathe out. We're going to stack the right foot forwards. Good. So a little wiggle into the right hips there. Nice and slow. Spiral into the right hip if you want. And then bringing the right foot quite wide onto your mat for a lizard. I can't remember what it's called then, lizard. So we're working a bit. We are going to continue to look a little bit through our active and passive range. But I want to, with this theme of being strength and stability as well, look at ways of being really strong and stable in our poses, and particularly looking at repetition. That's really key in order to find that strength and stability. So with your hands on the instep of that right knee, can you walk your hands forwards a little bit more there? A wiggle and a roll. Some of you may even get your forearms down into your lizard prep, but don't worry too much. You could have a block or you could stay put. If your elbows are down, let's encourage the left elbow down a bit more, and then taking the right hand nearest that bent knee, and everybody reach it to that top left hand corner of your mat. Good. And I want you to breathe right into the right side of your lungs there, your right lung there. Good. Take a deep breath in, a breath out, almost send that right hip back in space a bit more. One more breath in. And exhale, nice and slowly. Bring the hands back to the center. Bring the right foot back into the middle of your mat and shorten your stance so it feels like a really short lunge, shorter than normal. And then we're going to just slowly pop up off that back foot. Again, it feels like a short lunge here. So looking down, take it slow to begin with so you get into the flow later. We're going to turn the right toes to a 90-degree angle. And then we're going to slowly bring that left hand down, swivel to that knife edge of the left foot. So we're bending the right knee, we're lengthening out that left leg and reaching the right hand to the sky. So it's like a modified side plank. Now, can you push down to that knife edge of that left foot, but then actively lift your left hip off the floor a bit more? So I want you to feel both those outer hips are strong. Push into the left out knife edge of the foot. Breathe in. Good. And then breathe out. Slowly release. We're going to step all the way back, downward facing dog pose. Good. 2 long breaths. Inhale, bend into the knees. Exhale, lengthen and straighten. Again, inhale, bend into the knees. Exhale, lengthen, straighten. Nice, strong spine. Good. Let's slowly lower the knees, back to all fours. Breathe in, cow stretch. Breathe out, cat. Inhale. And exhale. Good. From here, inhale. Reach that left leg nice and long. Exhale. Good. Can we fire up that left glute a little bit here now? So squeeze. Sometimes one side feels a little bit easier than the other. And then as before, can you take that left leg out to the side at the diagonal? Again, notice if your weight shifts, if your elbows bend. See if we can keep ourselves upright. Breathe in. Back to center. Breathe out. Good. And again, inhale. Open to the left. And back to center. Breathe out. Last time, let's add in the arm if you want. Left leg reaching long. And then exhale, opening that right arm out, maybe a little bit forwards. So we've got that diagonal line right from the top shoulder all the way across the diagonal of the body. Take a breath in. Well done. And then as you exhale, hug knee to the heart, hand to the knee. Breathe in. And then we're going to step that foot forwards, breathe out. Nice. Come nice and wide with that left foot. So as before, preparing for our lizard pose. We walk the hands forwards, nice and slow. And then can you release the elbows? Maybe, maybe not today. It's totally fine where you're at. But walking the hands forwards is a little bit more. And then we're going to take left hand closest to that bent knee and reach it now to the diagonal, the top right hand corner. And then breathe right into the left lung. Breathe. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Lots of space through that left side for one more breath in and out. Nice, and slowly walk the hands back to center. Bring the foot to the center line and let's shorten that stance again like we did on the other side. So lifting the back knee. Bring that right hand to the top right hand corner. I should have said that before. So you want this hand, the supportive hand, the top corner of your yoga mat. Swivel your left foot to 90 degrees. Come to that knife edge of your right foot so that leg is straight, and then reaching that left hand up to the sky. So we're firmly pressing down through that right foot. We're lifting up through the outer edges of the hips. They're strong, they're lifted. One more breath in. And then slowly release, exhale, step back, downward facing dog. Good. Your feet a little walk out, a little sway in the hips, whatever feels good. Breathing in, breathing out. Good. Now slowly lower the knees. One more thing to just introduce you to as we pop ourselves up onto the shin bones here. So we talked about the active range of motion, the passive range of motion. Now I want you to just see a little bit more about this sort of end range lengthening position as well. So thighs parallel. Let's start to engage our glutes a little bit here. And then inhale, reach the hands up to the sky. As we exhale, we're going to lean back as if we're kind of like a pendulum, a really nice long straight line of the body. Hands can come to the heart. Good. Let's do that again. Inhale, come forwards, hands to the sky. Squeezing those glutes. As we exhale, hands to the heart, lean back like a pendulum. Good. Two more. Inhale. Exhale, lean back. Now really notice this really long line, the front of your hips there. That long line. And then come forwards. Exhale. Good. Last time. Inhale. Exhale. So this is what I want you to notice here. This really long line, and they're strong. So we're talking about getting that lengthened position of a muscle, the long length of the muscle, but strong at the same time. They're working, they're engaging, but they're long. Lovely. I can't get my words out. Breathe in, and then send your hips back, seat back to the hips, the heels rather, and child's pose. Good. Take a deep breath in. And out. Good. Making your way to all fours and transitioning to the top of your mat into a forward fold. Exhale. Take the hands to the shins. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Let the head relax, and then open the arms out to the side like wings as we rise up to stand tall, stand proud and strong, and hands to your heart. Exhale. Great, let's begin to flow now. Find some rhythm with your breath. Press down through the feet, rooted and strong, and together Oh, that's going to fall down. Inhale, rise up, stretch tall. Exhale, fold. Hands to the shins as we inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, stepping back to our plank pose. Breathe in and pause. Now, if you need to lower one knee or both knees, please do. Otherwise, if you can pause for a moment here in plank, I mentioned about strength and stability. Repetition is key, but also pausing and holding to feel that dynamic feeling of that stretch, engaging of the muscles to feel strong. Good. Reach out through the heels, lengthen the crown of the head forwards. Breathe in for one more. And then breathe out, let the knees lower, exhale down to the ground. We slide the forearms forwards. Reach back through the toes. Inhale, roll the heart forwards to Sphinx position. Exhale, slowly round the upper back like a cat stretch. Feel the belly button lift up off the mat. Maybe even feel the hips lift up. So there's this feeling of natural engagement of your core. One more Sphinx as we inhale, roll the heart forwards. Exhale, that rounding of the upper back, the lift of the belly. And then slowly inhale, hands beneath shoulders, lift to all fours. Exhale, downward facing dog. 2 breaths, inhale. Exhale. And again, inhale. Exhale, good. Looking forward, step, walk, jump or hop, whatever you wish to do. And exhale, fold at the top. Inhale, hands to the shins, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Good. Inhale, reach the arms out like wings rising up to the sky. And hands to the heart, exhale. And again we go. Inhale, reach up high. Exhale, fold, diving forwards. Inhale, halfway lift. And then exhale, stepping or jumping back into plank. And we pause, breathe in, breathe out. Good. Notice if you're collapsing here in that lower back, can we reach through the heels, can we engage the glutes, drawing up from the ribs, take a breath in, and then lower the knees, exhale to the ground. Good. Again, slide the forearms forwards, inhale, Sphinx. Let the whole back work. Good. And then as you exhale, that rounding of the spine, the belly button draws up. Maybe even your hips come off the ground now, but knees stay rooted. One more. Inhale. Almost get that sensation of dragging your forearms and palms back. And then exhale to round. Good. Inhale, hands beneath shoulders to all fours. And exhale, downward facing dog pose. 2 breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Inhale. And exhale. Perfect. Let's gaze forward, stepping your feet to the top of your mat. Exhale, fold. Open the arms out like wings, rise to the sky. Breathe in. Hands to your heart. Breathe out. Good. Just take a moment to be still, just feeling that breath. Maybe the heart's beating a little bit faster now as we build up a bit of heat. Breathe in. Good. Breathe out. Nice. Let's start to add on. Inhale, reaching all the way up to the sky. And then exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, step or jumping back to your plank. Take a pause as we breathe in. Option to exhale, lower knees, or if you feel warm and strong enough here, you're welcome to take your chaturanga. Inhale, maybe you're in that Sphinx, or maybe up dog like me. Exhale, maybe you round your spine. One more breath. Inhale, we're in upward dog or Sphinx. And then everybody exhale, making your way back, downward facing dog. So notice how it feels when you come into back bends through your back. You have that choice to choose to stick with a Sphinx, or you can build it up, more of a cobra, or like I just did, an upward dog. Good. One more breath here. And out. Let's take the feet side by side. Inhale, sweep that right leg to the sky. And then exhale, slowly send it forward, stepping through to the top of your mat. Now fire up through your belly, rise up from the ground. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, pause. Good. Inhale a breath, back leg nice and long. Exhale. Good. Can we inhale, peel open the elbows nice and wide to get that external rotation through the shoulders. Breathe in, breathe out. Nice. From there, super slow. We're going to inhale, take our arms up to the sky, ground the back heel down, and then exhale, open the palms nice and wide into that warrior two pose. But not staying put here now. We're just going to inhale, lean forwards, reach forwards, and then exhale, lean back, left hand down, right hand to the sky, reverse your warrior. And again, inhale, lean, reach forwards. Exhale to reverse that warrior. Good. And now inhale, staying in this upright position now through your spine, keeping the legs active here. We're going to bend the top elbow. So start to bend the elbow, but we're going to clench the fist of that right palm, and then bend the left elbow, clench the fist of that left hand. Now, as if you were kind of interlacing fingers, but we're not going to bind here. I want you to avoid the bind, and I want you to clench the fists. Breathe in. And then as you breathe out, can you almost drag the elbows back a little bit? Good. So there's no connection to your back. So we're thinking about being active through these arms. We're going to breathe in, gaze forwards, and then breathe out, straighten the front leg. Good. Firmly root down through the feet. We're going to inhale, slowly reach forwards if we're going into Trikonasana. Exhale. Inhale, now slowly release your arms. Reach them out as long as you can, so they're just sort of cupping the sides of your ears as we come to our active triangle pose. So we're not bringing the hand down as an assistance. We're keeping those arms lifted. Arms are active. Both sides of the waist long. Engaging through that right big quadricep. Let's take one more breath in. Feel how strong it is just to hold here. And then exhale, slowly release down. Well done. Inhale, nice long runner's lunge. Exhale, a little bit of rounding into that upper back if you wish. Good. Inhale, send the heart forwards. Exhale, good. We're going to slowly lower the back knee a little bit. Shorten your stance as we did at the start. Left hand to top left hand corner of your mat. Lift the back knee, swivel round to this modified version of side plank. Press down through the left knife edge of the foot. Inhale, right hand to the sky. Press the hips up, feel the outer hip strong. We're going to inhale, slowly reach to the top of your mat. And then as you exhale, sink the hips nice and low to the ground. And again, inhale, reach nice and long. And then exhale, slowly lower the hip a little, reach the left, right hand to the back. Last one, inhale, reach to the top of your mat. And then exhale, sink the hips nice and low. Good. From here, inhale, option to stay put. Maybe you like to lift that right foot on top into your full side plank pose. Take a deep breath in. Maybe you look down, maybe you look up, breathe out. One more breath, inhale. Amazing, release the hand, lower the knees, exhale, maybe chaturanga, maybe sphinx, maybe cobra, inhale. Sink back to your heels, exhale, child's pose. Inhale, slide up to your shins. We're back in this version of a camel pose for that nice long line of your front of your hip flexors there. So let's inhale, reach the hands to the sky. Strong in your glutes. As we exhale, hinge back. Find that nice straight line like a pendulum. And again, inhale, rise up. Exhale, hinge back. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hinge back. Good. Feel that long line of those hip flexors really strong. One more time. Breathe in. And breathe out. Good. Inhale, slowly shift the hips back, bottom back. Child's pose. Exhale, deep breath in and out. Well done. Slowly coming forwards to downward dog. Exhale. Let's take feet together side by side. Inhale, left leg to the sky. Exhale, draw it forward, step through to the top. Fire up through the belly. Inhale, rise up, high lunge. Exhale, peel your shoulders back. Elbows to cactus shape. Good. Breathe in, pause. Breathe out. Nice. Inhale, reach the hands to the sky and then root down through that back heel. Exhale, open to warrior two. Good. You're going to inhale, lean forwards. Exhale, lean back. Let that top palm, left palm reach to the sky. Reverse your warrior. And again, inhale, lean, reach forwards. Exhale, lean, reach back. And then inhale, can you come upright through your spine? That left hand as reaches up. And then we're going to exhale, bend that top elbow. Notice I just moved my head there. So keeping your head in line with your spine if you can. That lower palm, we're going to bend the elbow and bring the hands to the back. As I did before, don't interlace the fingers. Can you clench the fists here and then actively feel as if you're dragging your elbows back in space. I want you to feel the arms really strong and working here, as if they're coming towards a bind, but we're not binding here. Okay, so active, not coming into passive, no connection, active. Good. Take a breath in. Looking forward, take a breath out. Let's straighten that front leg. Engaging, pressing through all your toes. Inhale. And then exhale, lean forwards again. Still got those arms strong. We're going to inhale now, reach both arms in line with your ears. Really active into our triangle pose here. Can you press a bit more into that left big toe? Feel that left quadricep strong. And again, we're in that active version of triangle without the hand, nicely sitting on the leg there. Try and keep the spine long. Try not to lean too low that it rounds your spine. So maybe you're a bit more upright, but I want you to feel that long line through both sides of your body, your arms strong, legs strong. Take one more breath in. Well done. And then slowly exhale, hands to the ground. Inhale, long runner's lunge. Exhale, release the back knee, shorten your stance. Right hand, top right hand corner. Lifting the back knee again, swivel your toes to the left, left knee bent, right leg strong, pressing into that knife edge of your right foot. Inhale, left hand to the sky. Exhale, feel the outer hips working, good. We're gonna inhale, reach to the top. Exhale, reach to the back, let your hip lower. Inhale, reaching to the top. Exhale to sit a little bit lower. One more time, inhale and exhale. Good. As an option now, inhale, left hand to the sky, or if you wish to go a bit further, step that left foot over, whoop, find your balance, and side plank. Good. Breathe in, breathe out. I'm going to look down because I'm a bit wobbly today, but you could look up, breathe in. Well done, everyone. Release the hand to the ground. Exhale, maybe chaturanga, upward dog, cobra, breathe in. This time exhale, downward facing dog. Good, breathing in, breathing out. Nice, again, breathing in and out. Good, we're gonna slowly step to the top of your mat. Breathe in and then fold and breathe out. Take the hands to the shins, inhale. Exhale, fold. Open the arms like wings, rise up to the sky, inhale. Hands to your heart, exhale. Well done, breathe. Notice how you're feeling. Good, feeling strong. Good, let's start to now just work a little bit more on that active range, passive range together. Similar to what we did lying down, but now while we're standing to balance. Press down through your feet, spread the toes. Can you come and press into the big toe joint, the little toe joint, the heel of your foot, find like this tripod shape of your foot. And then we're going to slowly inhale, lift the right knee to the chest. Good. Notice if you collapse here, so can you engage that left glute, particularly the top part of your left glute? Good. And then take the hands to the sky, breathe in. Breathe out, extend that right leg nice and long. Now notice how far the leg goes. You might only be lifting here, that's fine, but we're working on really strengthening those quadriceps, those left hip flexor muscles. They're in their shortened position here, but if you think of the back of the leg there, really long and strong as well. So our active stretch. This is always hard. Take a breath in, take a breath out. Good, bend the knee, breathe in. And then slowly dive the leg back, warrior three, breathe out. We're going to do that one more time. So it's all active now. We've got the front of that hip flexor nice and long, but strong. Breathe in, draw the knee to the chest, reach the hands high. Exhale, can you extend the leg nice and long? Inhale to bend, and then exhale to reach back. Good. From here, inhale, bring the leg back to the front of your mat. Exhale, extend the leg long. Now, if we want to come to find our passive stretch, we could bend the knee, we could hold behind the back of the leg, we could keep the leg extended, we could use a strap. We might take the big toe, index finger, big toe to index finger. Does that? Yeah. Index finger, middle finger to the big toe. And now we're in our passive standing pose. Good. Let's take 2 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Again, inhale. And exhale. Slowly bend the knee. Hold on to that knee with both palms. Breathe in. Take the left hand to the outer edge of that right knee. Inhale, right hand to the sky. And then exhale to twist. Nice. Take a breath in. And a breath out. Well done. Foot to the ground. Inhale, reach up to the sky. And exhale. Let's take a vinyasa. Fold forwards. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step or jump into your plank. Or you can lower your knees. Take a breath in. Exhale, lower. Chaturanga or cobra, upward dog. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Nice. One breath here. Inhale. And exhale. Slowly step, walk, jump, hop, whatever you wish to do to the top. Breathe. Exhale, fold. Hands to the shins. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Nice. Open the arms like wings together. We rise. Inhale, standing tall. Hands to your heart. Exhale. Well done. Let's do the other side there. So press down through the feet. Spread the toes. This time, inhale, left knee to the chest. So grounding down through those right toes. Right glute, top of the glute strong. Breathe in and then breathe out. Let's take the hands to the sky. Inhale, extend that left leg long. Exhale. We're in our active stretch. Breathe in, breathe out. Notice that range of motion there, how much you can move that leg or lift that leg. Breathe in. Bend the knee, breathe out. And then slowly hinging at the hips, reach that left leg back. Warrior three, breathe in. Good, bring the leg forwards, breathe out. Inhale, reach to the sky. Extend that leg long, breathe out. One more time, breathe in. Bend the knee, breathe out. Reaching back, warrior three, breathe in, fly nice and tall, lifted through the chest. Exhale to bring back to center. Reach the hands to the sky, inhale. Keep firing up that right glute. Exhale, active stretch there as you reach that left leg forwards. Good. Inhale. And then exhale, bend the knee. Let's take the hands to the back of the thigh. Maybe take a strap if you wish. Maybe you keep that leg nice and straight. Maybe you take index finger, middle finger to the big toe. So now we have our passive stretch using the assistance of our hand or our strap. I've got a lot more lift. I've got more so wobbly. So I've got much more range of movement there by using the help of my hand. Breathe in, breathe out. One more, inhale. Well done. And then exhale, super, super slow. Release the foot, reach to the sky, breathe in. Hands to your heart, breathe out. Good. Pause for a moment here, breathe. And breathe out. Super slow. We're going to take the feet out now as wide as our mat. Feet nice and wide. Inhale, reach up to the sky, lift up tall. And then exhale like there's an imaginary wall behind you. Slide down to your squat. Well done. Maybe you can bring the hands to the floor, just ease out through your hips a little bit here. Good. Breathe. And then release the heels down. You have an option to use your hands as a support, or if you can, without the help of your hands, lower the bottom down. Come to sit. Well done. Give yourself a little wiggle there as you ease your spine down onto your mat. Well done. So hopefully bring the knees to the chest, just give your back a bit of a stretch out. So hopefully you've got a bit of a grasp now on the difference between that active range of movement, that passive range of movement, working through strength in the end range, and something you can incorporate a bit more into your practice as well. So let's just close our practice by bringing the soles of the feet to meet. Open out the knees like a book. Good. Open the palms nice and wide. I just realized we didn't twist on our left side. Not the end of the world, but let's just slowly make sure we do a little bit more of a twist to both sides. So we're going to hug the left knee to the chest, so similar to what we were doing standing up, but now with the back supported on the ground. Squeeze the knee to the chest, breathe in, and then breathe out. Take the knee across the body. You don't have to go too far, but just enough so you've got that twist through the spine, and reach the left arm along the ground, looking over your left shoulder. Take a nice deep breath in into the left lung and out. Again, a breath in and out. Well done. Just bringing the knees back to the chest. Inhale. Exhale, lengthen that left leg down. Hug the right knee in. Breathe in. And twist across the body with that right knee across the body. Right arm nice and long. Gazing over your right arm. Maybe you close the eyes. 2 breaths. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Well done. Slowly making our way back to center. As before, maybe you take the soles of the feet to touch, the knees open like a book, the palms open wide. Or maybe you choose to extend your legs long as we come to prepare for our resting pose, Shavasana. Take a deep breath in and out. And again, a deep breath in and out. Allow the breath to feel constant and flowing. Breath slowing down, calmer or at ease. We come to relax through that nervous system with all that active stretching you've been doing. It's strong, it's dynamic. But of course, this passive work that we do has its benefits to calm the nervous system, regulate the nervous system. So now we come to lie, to rest, tap into that parasympathetic nervous system. This is when all the change happens, all the healing, and all of the change. So just taking your time to rest, recover, and breathe. If you have time, just allow yourself to stay put for as long as you can. But now, if you need to, follow me and just allow your fingertips to move. The head to just lightly rock side to side. Notice the heaviness of your head. Notice sounds around you and awaken to all your surroundings. sounds in the distance. Touch of the ground beneath your fingertips, the arms, any colours, any taste, any smell you notice. And then when you're ready, taking the arms up and over the head, and just take full body stretch as if you're like a long elastic band, just stretching and reaching as long as you can. Breathe in and release. Breathe out. Let your knees hug to your chest. Squeeze your knees in. Gently rock on your back, side to side. Good, and then just quietly rolling to one side. Making your way to seated, where we began. Thank you so much for joining me in this practice today, and I hope you've learned a little bit more about the ways to move your body in yoga for functional movement, making your body strong, lean, but also restful. Thank you for joining me. Namaste.